What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jada Kapri here, and I am back with another video. Finally, this video, I just wanted to come back here and give my subscribers, my supporters, an update, and maybe some advice. I don't know, on my life since everything that's happened with losing my dad. I hope I don't forget nothing because I'm not gonna make this video all over again, and I really don't want to have to go back and cut things out and edit it. So if things come out wrong and I have to repeat myself and say it again, sorry, I guess, because I'm not gonna edit this video. I really don't want to have to go through doing that. Let's see, where do I start? I really meant to write this stuff. I started to write this stuff down, but I'm just like, I can't. I need to just film the video and get this over with. Basically picking up where I left off, as far as explaining to you guys that I lost my dad and how I found out. You guys know all of that already, so I don't have to go through that. I guess the next thing to tell you guys would be my experience with going to my dad's funeral. The purpose of this video, I'm hoping to maybe help somebody that possibly might go through the same thing that I'm going through and went through with losing my dad, and to kind of give people an insight on what they can expect with losing anybody, you know, what the experience might be like. So hopefully I help someone. If I don't, I just need to tell you guys, you know, how everything went and what's going on with your girl, you know what I'm saying? So for starters, hold on. Grandma, can you stop? Thank you. So, I'm sorry. So for starters, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought hearing that freaking horn squeak. Oh, okay, the funeral. So first off, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I am from a city that is very ghetto. I come from a very ghetto city, very, I don't know, I don't want to say ratchet because I love my people, but I mean, I come from a very bad city. So as far as my dad's funeral goes, the day my dad was supposed to have his funeral, everybody showed up, you know what I'm saying? But there was a funeral before my dad's, and people was shooting at the funeral, at that funeral that was before my dad's. And so by the time I pulled up, I was early. Like I said, it was a funeral before my dad. So by the time I got there, it was police there. It was like taped off certain spots of the funeral home. They had little combs where they had bullet shells or whatever they was, you know, taking pictures of, stuff like that. I'm like, what's going on? To find out it was a shooting at the funeral that was being had at that moment. So because of the shooting and the investigation and everything else that had to go on because of whatever reason, they had to postpone my dad's funeral for the next day. So that was something else, because I went through that whole morning getting ready, like, okay, this is like it. I'm gonna go to my dad's funeral, like prepping myself, trying to be strong, all this other stuff, just to finally get there to my dad's funeral. And they're like, it's canceled. Like, what do you mean my dad's funeral is canceled? All these people are here for my dad, and you're telling us we have to come back and do this all over again tomorrow? But at first, they didn't know when we was going to be able to schedule my dad's funeral, because I don't live in the city that I'm from. Like, it's just not safe. So I came quite a distance just to come to my dad's funeral, just for them to say, oh, his funeral is canceled. So I was pissed. I went back to my relative's house like when is this funeral going to be? Because we came up some ways just to come to this funeral, and now because people don't know how to act, the funeral is canceled. Like, what do they mean? But they end up scheduling the funeral for the next day, which I was happy about because I didn't want to have to worry about traveling again. You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole lot. It was a whole lot going on. So, okay, fast forward to the next day of my dad's funeral. Everybody, for the most part, everybody that came the day before to his funeral came again for the next day to my dad's funeral. I was expecting to see a whole lot of people that I wasn't really too interested or excited to see, but luckily I didn't have to see anybody that I didn't want to see, so that was a good thing. But I will say this, my dad didn't want an open casket. He didn't even want a casket at his funeral. So for that reason, it was more so of like, for the funeral, he got cremated. My dad got cremated. So it was like a whole little setup with his urn and like pictures of him throughout his life around the urn. And then it was a screen showing videos, pictures, and memories of my dad with a song playing in the background type thing. So it was really nice. And then, of course, they had the book for people to sign, you know, saying it was there and everything. You know, your girl signed it. Of course I did. I signed it as my nickname that my dad gave me, JJ. But, yeah, I didn't expect to cry at the funeral because, I mean, I had my brothers there. My mother was there. And I felt like if I cried, that was gonna make them feel sad and make them cry. So I didn't cry. Like, even though it was like hard, I was sitting there at the funeral like, dang, this is really real. Like, looking at these pictures of my dad, I'm just like, wow, you really left me. You know what I'm saying? But I kept a brave face because I didn't want my relatives to not feel strong. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a outer body experience. It just didn't seem real. You know what I'm saying? And that too probably helped me not cry because it felt like a dream. Like, I don't know. It still don't feel real that I'm even making this video talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So the funeral wasn't hard because I had love around me and I wanted to be strong for my family. So it wasn't hard. But like I said, it was more so of a, I can't really believe this is real type thing. But yeah, everybody that cared about my dad came and paid their respects, and I was able to see my grandmother, my dad's mother. It was a while since I had seen her, and I was so happy to see her. But she was a mess, because not a mess in a negative way, but like she watched my dad die. She seen my dad die type thing. So she was the closest thing to my dad. So it's like, I feel bad for her that she even had to see my dad die. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, in that moment, you know what I'm saying? She found my dad type thing. But, yeah, I don't know. It was just really crazy. It was really crazy. It was a real out-of-body experience. I don't know. My advice to anybody that might have to go to a loved one's funeral, I would say there isn't nothing for me to say. I mean, every experience is different, but just know that there is life after this life. Plenty of people go to funerals and they're just like so sad because they think that was the end of whoever funeral that is, but that's not true. And that's probably another reason why I was able to be so strong, because I know this life wasn't the end of my dad. So the fact that I know that my dad still exists, it makes it easier to be strong and not cry. You know what I'm saying? Even though, don't get me wrong, your girl cry almost every other day. But I talk to my dad a lot. So y'all might think, how do you talk to your dad and he's not here? I believe my dad can hear me now. So, I mean, just talking out loud or praying, I believe that my dad can hear me. So that's how I talk to my dad. One reason being, I don't want my dad to ever feel like he's alone in this life, the next life, and whatever else life after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The fact of just know that that's not the end of whoever funeral that is. Their life still continues and they still exist. So just be happy for them, and I don't know, just be happy for them that they got through this life, that they lived this life, and that they're still living life in the next chapter, the next journey. But yeah, that's it as far as the funeral goes. So this is the shirt actually that I wore to my dad's funeral. I wore all white to my dad's funeral because I don't believe in wearing anything else besides all white. So, but there was people wearing all black, but different strokes for different folks, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't judging. But yeah, what else? Okay, so after the funeral, the next thing I want to talk about is like going back to work. So like if you watching this and you lost somebody close, or you like if it happened eventually, you know what I'm saying? When you have to go back to work, it's not going to be easy. I'm pretty sure you might be thinking that already, but like I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know to what effect until I like mentally trying to prepare myself to go back to work. And then it was time for me to go back to work and I went. The hardest part for me is my coworkers and everybody around me knowing that I lost my dad. So I went to work feeling like I was incomplete and everybody knew. And that made me feel even worse. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then like my first couple days back to work, my coworkers was coming up to me saying like, every time somebody made eye contact with me, everybody was like, I heard about your dad. I heard about your dad. I heard about your dad. I'm sorry about your dad. I'm sorry about your dad. I'm sorry about your dad. And it's just like I know that they was meaning good and they was wanting me to know like they hear from me type thing. But it was like every time somebody said that to me, like it was like the instant that they made eye contact with me, they was just mentioning the fact that I lost my dad, and it was just like, dang, do y'all have to remind me? Like I already feel like all eyes on me, like everybody know I don't have my dad type thing. Like everybody know I'm missing a part of me. It made me feel even worse. And then for everybody to tell me this like one by one in different times of the same night, it's just like I just can't take it. I can't. So that was hard because I don't know. I already felt incomplete. And then for people to know that I was missing a part of me made it even worse. You know what I'm saying? But I will mention that my job and my coworkers they were so nice. I won't say are because I don't work there anymore. But at that job, they gave me a card. They wrote in it. They put money in it because I lost my dad. They were just, you know, they was very supportive and very understanding. And I will say that I love them for that. And if any of my coworkers at that job, you know who you are, thank you so much for the support, the understanding. I mean, there couldn't have been anything else that I could have asked for from that job and from my coworkers. But it was just hard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what else do I want to talk about with you guys? So I talked about the funeral. I talked about, also with the funeral, I recorded the funeral. So like I said, it was not no casket. It wasn't none of that. It was just a video of like my dad's life, different pictures and videos, and the little setup with the urn and pictures and stuff like that. I took pictures and I recorded it because like I said, it felt like a dream, and I just wanted to have it to go back and look at it like, you know, this is real. But yeah, I just wanted it so I can look at it and really like try to process this, you know what I'm saying? But outside of the funeral, I will say when I first lost my dad, like this is the main part of this right here, this video. When I first lost my dad, I was talking to my relatives, I was talking to my friends, And I was trying to convince myself that I was still able to be social and communicate with people like I was before I lost my dad. So I was like in that mindset of, okay, girl, you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if you feel like you can't communicate and you can't talk and you can't do this today, you can't do that tomorrow, do it anyway until you actually feel up to par to actually doing it. In my mind, trying to fake it till I make it type thing. Like trying to convince myself that not having my dad wasn't bothering me to the point where it wasn't hard to do day-to-day things and still be social and communicate with people. But I thought to myself, I'm like, I need to take a step back because I actually started talking to people and doing more than I was doing before I lost my dad. I'm like, you know what? I really need to think about life. I really need to understand what's going on. I really need to self-reflect and look at myself and figure out who I am. I just felt like it was time, especially losing my dad, because I'm not gonna lie, and I don't care if somebody judge me, because if you're judging me, you're not my type of person anyway. So I'm just going ahead and say it. I was suicidal after I lost my dad. So I had to take a step back. I had to do some soul searching. I had to try to figure out who I was and who I needed to be in this next chapter of my life. So I had to hurry up and stop talking to people. I had to stay home in bed a lot of the times and write a lot of the times and talk out loud to my dad a lot of the times. Just because I just wasn't sure about life after losing my dad. And like I said, when I was around people, or people call me, or I'll call people, I'll be faking it till I make it, laughing, maybe still being down, but just trying so hard to push that out of my mind type thing. You know what I'm saying? But I was very depressed. So I had to quickly realize that I had to think about me and what was best for Jada, because like I said, I was suicidal and I got shit to do in this life. I can't go anytime soon, you know what I'm saying? So I stopped talking to family, friends, whoever. I just stopped communicating. Because like I said, I had to do some soul searching. And in the midst of me not communicating with people, brother, sister, well, sorry, I don't have any sisters. Brother, cousins, aunties, uncles, if anybody was talking to me, I stopped talking to everybody. And like I said, I was pretty much closed off to the whole world, just trying to figure out who I was. And in the midst of that, I was on social media, because being on social media and posting stuff on social media is not the same as human interaction and actually having phone conversations with people or texting, people. So I was still on social media doing stuff, and those people that I was not talking to, was fully aware of the fact that I just lost my dad. And I even sent out a courteous text message to a couple people like, hey, I'm not feeling my best, but I just want to reach out to you to let you know such and such, because I'm just trying to deal with grieving my dad type thing. I don't know if some people assume for the grieving stage to last a couple days or a couple weeks, but it's not no time frame on that. So a lot of people assume that, in a couple days or a couple weeks, I'll bounce back and I'll be communicating like I usually was, answering text messages, answering calls, making calls, sending text messages. But I wasn't, because like I said, I was suicidal. So at that point, I had to figure out who I was. I couldn't care about somebody else's feelings because I was grieving my dad, and I still am. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of that, I say all this to say, if you have a friend, a family member, or anybody close to you that's grieving, understand it's not a time frame on grieving. It's not a time frame on someone shutting off the whole world. Like, you can't put a time on that, because you don't know what that person is dealing with, especially if you haven't lost a parent. You will not understand the mental strength it takes for you to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of me cutting off all human interaction with everybody, I lost a couple family members. Like, pause, because nobody else passed away, but I lost a couple family members, as in a couple relatives felt like F me. F Jada, because Jada's not talking to me, or because Jada's not answering my calls, or because Jada doesn't text me, or for whatever reason. And this could be a brother, a cousin, like I said, I don't have sisters. I keep almost saying I wish I had a sister. I don't have a sister. A friend, anybody. I lost a couple, maybe 2 to 3 people, because they felt like I don't know, they was more important than what I was trying to deal with, or me finding myself and trying to find the strength in myself to, you know, be normal again. But yeah, I don't know, I really just don't understand how people took me grieving my dad to them saying fuck me and cutting me off because I'm not having no type of interaction with them, for personal reasons, not personal reasons with them, but within myself. People got lost in that and decided that fuck me. Which I don't understand how you can say that or have that type of energy towards somebody that's grieving. That's evil, actually. And I don't advise anybody that has somebody close to them, a relative, whoever it is, that lost somebody, or that's going through depression, or that's suicidal. I don't advise for you to say fuck that person, because you having that energy of fuck that person, even making a status about the situation, or even talking to someone else about it, and having that type of energy saying fuck that person, and that person finds out or sees and knows that you're having that type of energy towards them, knowing that they're grieving and going through whatever it is that they're going through, that energy can be that last straw that make that person actually go through with killing themselves and being suicidal. And then those same people will make a post and say, but I love this person. I love this person so much. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sorry you killed yourself. I'm so sorry you did this. But then forget that you was the same person that had this energy with that person when you knew they was dealing with some deep shit. That's that shit I don't like. That is that shit I don't like. I'm trying not to curse, because as y'all know, my channel is monetized now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just grateful that my dad and God gave me the strength that I needed to continue to get through not having my dad right now. Because I'm telling you, if I would have never took that time to do soul searching and figure out who I was and who I need to be to get through this, it probably would have ended me. It probably would have ended me. And then after finding out that people are feeling like fuck me, because I took time for myself, because I wanted to live life and I wanted to get back to normal, I don't know, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts that people have that type of mindset, and it'd be the people that you least expect, the people that you love the most, that would turn your situation into something personal towards them. And I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. But still, even now, I have nothing but love in my heart and understanding in my heart. And I understand that everybody is not going to understand what I go through. And everybody is not going to understand that being on social media and actually having human interaction, conversations, text messages is not the same. Somebody can share shit on Facebook, Instagram, post shit on Facebook and Instagram or whatever all day, but it is not the same as talking to somebody, texting somebody, and engaging in that type of interaction. It is not the same. Because for one, I'm gonna just say posting on social media and doing shit on social media versus the actual human interaction. When somebody posts shit all day on social media, they can still be in their own world, their own head, their own mind, their own heart, and everything. It's not the same when they're actually engaging with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It takes a different type of energy from you, out of you type thing, if you get what I'm saying. But one thing that's been helping me get through this is I just have to remember that I am not but one thing I have to remember is that through all of this, through losing my dad, through people saying fuck me because I'm going about a way that works best for me to become the person I need to be to get through this, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim because I lost family members that's still alive because they don't understand me. I'm not a victim because I lost my dad at such an early age in my life. I'm not a victim in anything that I go through. I feel like I'm a student, not a victim, because anything I go through is for me to learn from. And that's how I look at it. I'm a student, not a victim. So that helps me be strong in this and a lot of other situations. I just look at these situations like, okay, what am I learning from this? How can this situation better me? You know what I'm saying? Not, oh my God, this is happening to me, my world is upside down. I don't think like that. My mindset helps me get through these type of situations. Like I said, yes, I was suicidal, but I took some self-reflecting. I took some time to think. I took some time talking to God and myself, and I had the strength. You know what I'm saying? And I will get through this, and I'm getting through this now. That was like a brief moment in my life where I felt like I didn't want to live no more. Like, why? Like, I just, if my dad's not here, what is the point of all this? Because my dad was my OG. He was the person I would call for advice. He was the person that I would call just to talk shit. He was the person I would call for anything. So a lot of that just made it hard. Huh? Okay. Here I go.
Want me to go Big Curl?
No, just give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Get out.
Come on.
Like I said, I don't want to have to edit this video, but I might have to because I was interrupted quite a few times. Okay. But like I said, I was interrupted quite a few times. But, yeah, a lot of this stuff, like as far as losing relatives that's still alive because they don't understand and they just won't understand. I pray to God that they'll never be in my footsteps, in my shoes. I pray to God because I really don't have nothing to say. But, like I said, even now, I still have nothing but love in my heart. It just, all of this is really just a harsh reality because you get to see people's true colors and all this. And I want to say, I don't want this video to be negative because it's a lot of people that was there for me. Like, even people that I haven't been responding to or communicating with, they still stood 10 toes down and was there for me and allowed me to communicate with them when I wanted to without them catching the attitude or feeling like fuck Jada. It was a good handful of people that understood and never said fuck me, and that I could still depend on and call or respond to whenever I can, whenever I have the mental strength and the spiritual strength to do so. And I appreciate those people, and I want to shout y'all out, not by name, but I just want to say thank you to those good handful of people that stood by me even in the times when I wasn't communicating with them because they understood. I appreciate those people. And I want to tell y'all I love y'all so much. I don't know. All this is just crazy, but I have to go now. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If I did, I might do a part 2, but thank y'all so much for watching this video and being there for me and supporting your girl. This whole situation is taking a toll on my mental health, my spiritual health, everything. But I will say I'm coming out of this stronger than ever and smarter than ever. Like I said, all this is just teaching me things. I'm not a victim in none of this. It's just teaching me a lot. Listen, y'all, this is my motto. I am not a victim in anything that I go through. I am a student, because anything that I go through is a lesson for me to learn from. Okay? I love y'all, and I want y'all to live by that motto as well. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Daddy, I love you. Please continue to watch over your girl and stay by my side. You know I got you in this life and in the next. Bye.